I, Michael W. Gehring.
I, Maria Zoe Dunning.
I, Richard D. Buchanan.
Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support
and defend
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I will obey the orders of the President of the United States
and the orders of the officers appointed over me,
according to the regulations and the Uniform Code
of Military Justice.
So help me God.
So help me God.
So help me God.
So help me God.
These are the faces behind the issues being debated in Washington right now. Hi, I'm Sybil Shepherd. In the next few minutes, you'll meet these soldiers, sailors, and flyers, brave women and men who have served in the armed forces of the United States. They've all sworn to support and defend the Constitution. They've all fulfilled that mission honorably. But because they were open and honest and had the courage to admit they were lesbian or gay, they've been labeled unfit for military service. You know, we could debate this issue for years, but many people opposed to lifting this ban don't realize they have co-workers, close friends, and even relatives who are lesbian or gay. But in this tape, you'll get to know the men and women who are in the trenches, lesbians and gays who have served, many who have fought in combat, and one who even died saving the lives of his unit. You'll meet their straight friends and supporters who have been proud to serve with them side by side. Whatever your feelings about this debate, I know you're patriotic enough to believe, as I do, that these courageous people deserve to be heard. Thank you for watching.
My name is Justin Elsley. I'm from Cheyenne, Wyoming, and grew up on a farm. I was a hog farmer and worked in the hayfields, was in the Boy Scouts.
I was born in Crete, Nebraska. I'm from Nebraska originally and moved to Minnesota much later in my life. I was raised in lots of small towns around Nebraska. My father was a Methodist minister, and my mother was an educated minister's wife, basically, but they weren't allowed to work.
I went to school both in Mexico and here in the U.S. I graduated from the University of Southern California. I went to high school in in San Gabriel.
My father served 22 years on active duty. He was a Vietnam veteran. The sense of duty that he had led me to believe that doing something in the military would help me further my education and also help the country at the same time. So I ended up shooting for the highest goal possible and went for appointment at the United States Military Academy.
Yes, I'm an open gay Marine. If you classify it as open, my sexual orientation is known, but that's it. I don't act upon that anywhere in my workplace. I conduct myself professionally.
I want to serve my country. I'm willing to die for my country, but I want to do it with dignity. I want to do it being true to myself and true to my colleagues and true to my partner, because my love for her is not wrong. My love for this country is not wrong, and I believe the two can work together.
My men accepted me for the quality of my character and the quality of my service and the quality of my performance on a daily basis, when you're drilling them, when you're with them, when you're on maneuvers with them, and not for my sexual orientation. They knew I was an openly gay man. They never knew much more about that than what they needed to know. They knew that I was an openly gay man during my private hours, but that I was a professional and conducted myself as such, as my record shows, for the rest of the time.
The professionals, the doctors, the lawyers, the construction workers, and just because I was gay did not mean I would have to change the way I acted or change the way I performed.
I never knew a gay person or what gay life was about. It was not something that was in my family that you're taught about. And I always had this vision of your typical normal gay person as being this freak, a misfit of society, and something that I knew I wasn't. So I figured, well, I can't be gay because I'm not one of them people. You know, I'm not a freak, I'm not a misfit. And so I kept pushing it down inside me and not letting what I really was come out. And so when I started really actually seeing they're just normal people and going out to clubs and meeting people, felt more comfortable with myself.
I had been notified that I was promoted to major effective a certain date, which happened to be a Sunday, I was actually going to have a big party, and for whatever reason I didn't do that. But I had given an interview to the Los Angeles Times about 3 days before that promotion became effective. And they notified me suddenly that my promotion was rescinded and that I was now being investigated for moral dereliction.
So I decided that I would come out. But I knew that if I came out just to those around me or to my commander, that my career would be